Welcome back, artists. Today, you will use last week's texture frottage to create a collage. Here are some examples of the collage we will be making. A collage is another French word, and a collage usually involves the cutting and pasting of various shapes on a sheet of paper. So take out your work from last week and let's get started.
Here is what you will need for today's class. A pencil, some scissors, a glue stick, markers, piece of paper, and your frottage paper, whether you made one sheet or two. So I'm going right into the cutting here. Let's see if you can recognize what I am cutting with these shapes. I will show you a couple of options today. You may have already guessed that this is going to become a cityscape. I'm cutting out some buildings. I found the circular shape to be interesting. Here I cut a long shape. This will become a tree and a house and some windows. And as you can see, I was cutting really fast in this video, and that is because it is fast forwarded. You never want to cut that quickly. She might get hurt. Here I'm starting to apply some glue. Be sure to focus around the edges as you glue, and don't forget the technique I've taught you. After you glue something down, you put it down on the paper. Make sure to give it a little massage. Rub it on so that the glue gets activated and truly sticks. Now, if you don't have a glue stick, no problem. You could use liquid glue or even rolled up pieces of tape to glue down your collage. Notice that the little tree shape is overlapping the tall building. I encourage you to try that too. Try overlapping certain things. Here I'm pasting down little windows. Those were the little rectangle shapes I've cut before. Now we are starting to look like a city line. It's a little cityscape. Now I'm taking these markers, and this is optional. You don't have to do this. I noticed that some of my windows were sort of disappearing a little bit, and so I started to outline, and of course I couldn't stop. So I kept going, and I added some clouds and a few window shapes, some doors. My windows are getting shutters. And a fireplace. I'm outlining the roof. Again, I'm doing all of this to make my buildings stand out and to stand apart from one another because the colors from my frottage are quite similar. Outlining the tree. A road with some lines. This house is getting windows. An outline. Another outline. And notice that they don't have to be realistic. These colors are just all about fun. Some rays in the sun. And here's the finished product of my cityscape. The frottage that you created last week is going to come in handy. It's beautiful. One more option. Now here I'm going to have a lot more preparation. As you can see, I'm going over and over, creating a circle. You can really create any type of background. Another option is to use a colored construction paper as your backing for the frottage, so that you don't have to color a thing. You could just use colored construction paper. But my plan here is to create something that resembles a glowing sunset or sunrise sky. And as you can see, this is simply done with a marker. If you happen to own paints, you could paint the background. You would just have to wait for it to dry. Here I'm cutting up some pieces of frottage to create something that resembles land. So these are landforms, artists. Some hilly sections. Here I'm cutting a house with a fireplace. Gotta have a fireplace. And as you can see, as I cut this, I am already starting to plan where it's all going to go. I'm just simply placing it there without gluing it down. Just to kind of see how this picture is going to look. Again, taking the glue sticks, make sure you focus around the edge as you glue. It's not just the middle, really truly focus around the edge as you apply the glue to the back of your frottage pieces. These are going to be little trees, little evergreens, tree trunks, a little outline to make them stand out. These are going to be silhouetted trees. That's why they appear black. They're in a silhouette. Bringing a little focus to my house, a door, a window. Use your imagination. And as you work on these, they do not have to be a landscape at all. Think of other ways you could use your frottage papers to create a collage. And here's the finished product. Make sure to send me your work.